Buenos dias, good morning, welcome. Whether you're watching this live or the replay, it's a joy to have you here. Welcome to our Insta Live of Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on emotional healing today. What is inner/emotional healing? Who can benefit from it? And why is it important? So such crucial topics. It is my joy to share this with you, to share not only my own journey, but also what is possible for you as well. Besos. Welcome. So to start, what is inner emotional healing? So that becomes possible when we choose to shift our attention from the outer world to our innermost space. That space inside where our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions reside. That space inside where our perceptions, our attitudes, our approaches to life are born and fed, and from the place from which they are expressed to the outside. So once we decide to shift that attention from the outside to the inside, then inner emotional healing becomes possible. So what is it exactly? It is the clearing. It is the cleansing of that space. It is the shifting from closed to open. It is the shift and the change from blocked to allowing flow, from dark to letting light in. And why is it important? Or first, who can benefit from this? I'm sure you would agree, anyone and everybody, really. And why? Why is it important? Why should we incorporate inner emotional healing in our lives? Well, you've heard the saying, so within, so without. And it is so true. I'm sure you have experienced it yourself, and I have too, in my own story, in my own life, in my own experience. The inner state, my inner state, reflects my outer world and my experience of that outer world. So we want to make sure our inner space is as clean and as pristine as possible, so that it can be this beautiful reflection, so that the outer world and our outer experience can be the beautiful reflection of that pristine inner state. For many of us, spirituality is one of our most desired goals in this lifetime, right? And there is a very strong bond and a very strong connection between spirituality and inner emotional healing. So that makes it even more worthy. Beautiful. Thank you for joining. So spirituality, what do we mean? So once again, is the shifting. It is the shifting from identifying with the outside to identifying with the inside. And at this point, I want to share with you something that happened to me over a year and a half ago when I was so ill, and many of you by now know my story. So my whole life had collapsed on me. I had lost it all, my physical and mental health and everything else, from non-material to material possessions, if you like. So everything was lost, and there was just despair, and misery, and this feeling of being lost. And as you know, when you're sick, the illness of the body becomes very loud. It makes a lot of noise, right? So there is this loudness, right? And this despair again, and this dwelling in misery. And in the midst of that, when I didn't know what, hola, oh, so happy that you're here, everybody, welcome. In the middle of that hardship, in the middle of that difficulty, in the middle of that pain and all that noise, all of a sudden I remembered. I recognized that underneath all the noise and all the pain and all the difficulty and all the chaos was this ever-present, untouched, undisturbed peace. And that is our spiritual nature that is always there. So that sense was really the beginning for me of saving my life. That remembering that recognizing that apart from the difficulty of this human experience, which is not always easy, and we need to come to peace and to come to terms with that fact, and is that pain is part of this human experience. But despite it all, despite the hardship, despite the injustice and the uncertainty and the craziness of the world of the form, there's always the possibility to connect with that innermost state of peace and bliss that is, again, untouched and unaffected by all the noise and all the disturbance and all the chaos. So that is the spiritual component, and it is equally important within the emotional healing and the inner healing, if you will. So even though you know by now that my work is mostly directed to fellow COVID long haulers like me, it's not exclusive or it doesn't exclude the rest of our fellow humans. On the contrary, anybody willing to go inside, to go through this journey of self-discovery, of self-love, really is welcome here, because that is the importance here. This is not an easy path. My friends, I have to tell you, and probably some of you know it by now, it is not easy, but is the most fulfilling and the most rewarding path of all. Why? Because it is about living in truth, identifying what is really our true nature, not being depending on the outer circumstances to establish if we can be happy or not. So we break free, we become free from all the outer bondages, right? And all the outer obstacles and all the fake reality, if you will. So that is part of the importance of this path. And when I say it's not always easy, it's also because it requires willingness, commitment, dedication, and action. And it's when you decide to embark in this process, in this journey, it is really for the rest of your life. But again, there's nothing more fulfilling, because so within, so without. The more you cleanse, the more you make beautiful the space within, then your outer life is going to reflect that. And in my case, I am a testimony of that. Not only I feel that I am recovered from long COVID, but also the other aspects of my life are starting to get back in place after being completely collapsed. You know, I started my life again from scratch with nothing, no resources and nobody, really, completely on my own and alone. So as I always tell you, if it was possible for me, it is possible for you too. And I am here to show you how. That is what I have assumed as a new life mission, if you will. So that is it, my friends. Again, under 10 minutes to share with you what is inner emotional healing. Who is it for? Who can benefit? Everybody. And why is it important? Because what else? What else more fulfilling can be in life than cleansing and healing from within, so that your outer life can be as healthy, as vibrant, as wonderful as you like. So like always, and sending all my love to all those of you who joined live. As always, I welcome your questions. I welcome your observations. I am here for you. Let's continue the dialogue. And if you're interested in working with me, there are different ways in which we can. You can take my online course. You can book an online a one-on-one session with me. So you can just go in the link in my bio to see all the different options. Once again, I am here for you with all my love, with all my understanding, ready to listen and to accompany you on your journey. Sending, like always, todo mi amor. Gracias. Have a wonderful day, everybody.